And we're live. What is up, y'all? It's the SMT. I got Zero Cool RF. I have Carlos S. Tech. Thank you for joining me, gents. Got some news to go over, man. We got some topics to discuss. Good stuff. Verizon had a good quarter. We kind of expected it. I know I did. I don't want to speak for anybody else, actually. I figured a good quarter was on deck. Q2 sucked. I think every carrier sucked. So Verizon showing kind of their bounce back. We've got AT&T tomorrow, so I have those numbers, and then I think T-Mobile's the first week in November, November 3rd
November
or something.
6th. November 6th.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So that first week there. So then we'll have all three reporting because Dish doesn't report wireless yet. So they're gonna have to, right?
Eventually,
at some point. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. I'm following it. Let's.
The first wireless report's going to be a deck of cards.
All in.
He's all in, bro.
He's all in, dog.
He's a G, bro.
Los, nice job with the live stream last night with the computer build. Well done, sir. Bravo.
No, thanks, bro. Everybody's been asking for it, bro. They're like, dude, when are you gonna build that damn computer? And I'm like, bro, I just had to get the few missing links at least to get the Hackintosh build, because this one I'm gonna turn into a Hackintosh. Nice, and then I got another one. I got almost all the parts. I'm still waiting on Newegg to send me the graphics cards. And then I'm gonna put together the Threadripper.
Yeah, you did a good job with that, bro. That thing's awesome, bro. You went top shelf. You know, you went big time, bro. So,
dude, why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway,
128 gigs of RAM. It works beautiful, bro.
Yeah, that's a beast of a computer, man. What's up, Kaz? Good to have you, man. Kat, thanks for being here. Sean is here. Vids for fun. The brother Mike West, hashtag mod squad. We got info assistant in the house. Yo. All right, hashtag Quibi gone and we don't care. But Michael, thank you for your super chat, man. Appreciate it. He provided a PayPal donation. Big shout out to him. Thanks for the support, bud. And also big shout out to Josh. Joining the SMT Patreon page. We appreciate you as well. Welcome to the community. Hope you enjoy it there, and we're looking forward to, having you as a member of the community. Did I get to Sean? I think I did. All right. Caleb is here. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Yep, he popped in there. He snuck in there, a little sneak. Alex, what is up, man? Hey, Alex, congratulations on finally figuring out how to put a PayPal donation in your description box. I sent a donation right away. You finally did it. You hyperlinked the link to your PayPal. Bravo, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, he was killing me. I'm like, dude, it has to be a hyperlink. So when somebody clicks on it, they can donate directly from their app, And he wasn't getting it. Like, he was hand typing it in there, but it wasn't hyperlinking, So it was a pain, bro. He finally got it up there. Boom, sent him the flow. Big donation from the SMT, man. Long time coming, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
I've been wanting to donate, but dude, I don't do Cash App. I can't have everything, bro. There's too many payments. I no way, bro. You got 7 things. I can't have 8 and 9. That's it. I draw the line at 7 forms of payment, bro.
We got the Cash App card, bro.
Man.
See, there's my Cash App hashtag right there.
What's up, Maximus? Good to see you, man. Alex, you are now ready with the PayPal. And you must subscribe to comment, and you know that.
Subscribe to comment.
Cesar, good to see you, man. John's touchpad. I'm guessing you're typing that from your iPhone, John's touchpad? Yeah, thanks, Michael. Appreciate the super chat. Let's see who else we got. Angel's in the house. Sebby's in the house. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Nothing shocks me with T-Mobile after they bought Sprint. T-Mobile as a carrier is a total flop. It's a little early. But I understand your frustration. From the outside looking in, you're probably like, yeah, there's some things that could be better and different. So
we got to give a shout out to Sebby, bro. He's a G, bro. When it comes to any technical issues, any hiccups, bro. Like, he's always there, bro. He's a good person, bro. You got to give him a major shout out.
Big shout out to Sebs, man. You the homie, though.
Yeah,
the man, Sebby.
He said Quibi is who failed TBH. It's true. Quibi failed. But the billions of dollars of failure, right?
But the part that sucked the most is that T-Mobile was advertising this product and they wasted money too.
Well, we're going to talk about that. I think T-Mobile had bigger plans for Quibi.
Yeah,
I really do. And Quibi couldn't cut it. So now those plans are in the toilet. So, what's up, John? What's happening, bruh?
Oh,
I'm rocking the AT&T gear, bruh. Yeah, Death Star, yeah.
And he's flossing on us with the haircut, bro. Damn. Bro.
Don't get me started with a shark fin soup, bro. Don't do it.
Bro, no, but he's flossing on us, bro. You saw his haircut, bro?
I know, dude. I know. T-Mobile needs to team up with a new streaming service. Drop Netflix like a metal rod in a thunderstorm. Sheesh. But Netflix is kind of their calling card for now. They're going to have to, if they're going to replace it, it's going to have to be something big time. You know what I mean? It can't be a joke. It's got to be legit. Venmo is my least favorite. Interesting.
Bro, I'm locked out of my Venmo. I have to call the customer care.
PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. So I have used Venmo. I started with Cash App, dude. I can't do it anymore. PayPal's legit. All my purchases on eBay and stuff like that. That's what I roll with. What's up, MS? Good to see you, man. TBH from Sebi.
Bro.
He just said TBH. That's it.
Bro, Pete, man. I swear to God, bro, Pete better start cooking some of this stuff. You better come to Vegas, bro.
What is that, Los?
Oh, man, dude. Hold on. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit.
John Robinson got rid of
Pete's being a tease, bro.
What is he making?
That looks good.
Wow.
Good.
So what is it? Some kind of casserole? What is he?
Shrimp.
Oh, like a gumbo or something.
Yeah, bro. Shrimp. It looks like cheese. I don't know. It's marinated good. It looks good as hell, bro. All I know is that he's a damn tease.
What is up with Venmo, dude? They froze his account too.
Yeah, bro.
They locked you out,
bro, because like it's linked to my old cell phone number.
Isn't Venmo owned by PayPal?
Yeah. Mine is linked to my old number.
Hey.
And I tried and it locked me out, bro.
Yo, Los, this should be their new slogan. Venmo, the crappy version of PayPal.
Jesus.
Oh, man. All right. Let's do this, man. Let's start talking about stuff. All right. So Verizon had a good quarter, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. Not all the way, the best it could possibly be. I'm sure they wanted the revenue a little bit higher. I do think that because of the pandemic, that's hard to overcome. Like everything else seemed really good, though, for the most part. Reports out of Verizon from, I want to say like last night. I guess some people get some preliminary information because the vibes I was seeing online when you looked up Verizon Q3 earnings, it was like expectations are good and this and that. So like everything was upbeat going into this morning. Q3 financials look good. Increased cash flow. Wireless revenue growth was there. Big gains on the Fios side, which is a very profitable segment of the business. So there's growth there, and they want to expand Fios. So that goes well together. The cash flow increased to $5.7 billion year over year. So even though the revenue wasn't there, the cash flow increased. So that bodes well for their C-band investment. So I think that helps them tremendously. From the consumer wireless side for postpaid, 130,000 postpaid net adds. The important number there is 258,000 smartphone net adds. So they're selling smartphones, they're adding lines, and the churn is low. Postpaid retail churn was 0.8. Wow. Phone churn was 0.63. That's freaking low. So that means customers aren't leaving, right? They're hanging around. Fios added 139,000 for the net adds, plus 100,000 year over year. Most ads since Q4 of 2014. So that's quite impressive. Now, I do think that the pandemic had something to do with that. Getting fiber internet became very paramount if it was available to you. Maybe people were on a slower service or maybe they were going without, and this kind of forced the issue. Especially I think people that were single, if fiber became available to them, they're like, yeah, I'm going to use that now that I'm working from home. My Zoom calls suck, right? My connection is crap. I need fiber. I need Fios, whatever is available. I'm sure AT&T is going to report similar results for their wireline. I really do think that their fiber is going to have good numbers. So, other numbers, the business added customers like Verizon Business. So on those accounts that are business related and corporate, 417,000 postpaid net adds, 14,000 phone adds. Device upgrade rate went up from 3.7 to 4%. That's the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
They had been trending down. AT&T has been down big time. So those are metrics we're going to be watching for. Q4, I think the iPhone's going to change everything. I think those numbers are going to be sky high, honestly. Retail churn was 1.19. Phone churn on business was 0.96. So things are looking pretty good. Media improved, had a 21% growth. Media, the hot garbage of Verizon, which is the media, right? They killed it. 21% improvement, I think, is an accomplishment. They were expecting a good quarter. They got a good one. Q4 is supposed to be better. The guidance has either retained its level or it increased. So I know that the 18.5 billion capex is still there. Wireless is thriving. Home broadband is thriving. Work from home, education from home is holding up pretty good. I think investors are going to be happy with this. Shares were up at the time of the announcement. And I think iPhone 12 sales are going to continue to accelerate their quarter. I legit, Carlos, think they're going to kill it. I think iPhone 12 is going to sell at an alarming pace at all three carriers, more so at Verizon and AT&T, because I think T-Mobile's having issues with the network that are enough to keep people away from switching to them. So I think the switching to T-Mobile piece is going to be difficult. Those that are with T-Mobile currently and everything is cool, they'll upgrade to iPhones as well. Verizon has a strong asset to balance ratio, right? Their balance sheet is good. It looks like they're well positioned for C-band. I can't say the same thing about AT&T. We'll see what happens in the next 6 weeks. But it's going to be hard to offload that debt. I don't know what they're going to do. So fresh off the heels of the Apple partnership with the iPhone and 5G ultra wideband, Amazon, Microsoft, Pokemon Go, they're getting a lot of cool stuff, innovative things, new markets, new market penetration that was never there and non-existent, new revenue. I really do feel, I'm wearing a blue jacket today, I really do feel that Verizon is legit the best position moving forward. I understand spectrum position for T-Mobile, but that doesn't tell a business story. Okay, that's network potential, but I still think Verizon's business, it doesn't have the debt that AT&T has, and it doesn't have the network deficiency that T-Mobile has. To me, Verizon is the best business now and is probably going to be the best wireless business moving forward. AT&T can compete because of their revenue, and T-Mobile has the potential with the spectrum, but I have to call a spade a spade. Today, in October of 2020, Verizon is still the best national wireless business. If we're going to be honest and objective about all things wireless, Verizon is winning. Their CEO is tremendous. Their business model is working. They didn't fire anyone during the pandemic, and everybody is thriving in the business. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I'm saying.
Sticking to it.
Go ahead, Zero Cool RF. You could comment on any of the numbers or the quarter itself or whatever. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you on a lot what you just said. I was looking here at the numbers. 553,000 retail postpaid net additions. I think that's pretty good for the situation, But I think I was hoping for a little bit, maybe 600,000 or maybe 800,000. I think it's just a little low, but the Pokemon. I never played Pokemon. I know it's a huge, it's a huge, millennial game, mobile game that I like to play. I've always seen like YouTube videos to where people have almost been hit by cars, or trains or what have you. Watch where you go, kids. If you play Pokemon Go. But no, I think Verizon, they're definitely trending in the right direction, especially when Q4 hits. With the iPhone launch, I can only see this. Their ARPU going up, their subscriber count especially going up, and their revenue.
Go ahead, Los.
Yeah, bro. The iPhone launch is really gonna help them out, bro. They're gonna be killing it, dude. That everybody's been waiting on this.
Whatever,
and,
man.
Damn. Hey, bro. Hey, you can't knock the Pokemon, bro. They're worth a lot of money right now.
Apparently, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
So, but they're gonna be doing great, bro. And I think when we're gonna find out the true numbers of the iPhone is gonna be on November 6th. Because then we're gonna see the real true reality of the iPhone sales. Because you're gonna have the Mini and you're gonna have the Pro Max, and a lot of people have been holding out for the Pro Max, a lot, and the Mini because of the pricing, and it's more compact where it's easier to hold with one hand. A lot of people have been saying that they're fed up with big slabs, and if they could take something small that gives you everything. The same amount of technology, but at a cheaper rate, they'd rather take that. So we're just gonna have to see November 6th what happens.
Yeah,
that's gonna tell us more.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna look at Q4 numbers, and then we can kind of project what's gonna happen, moving forward into next year. So, are people gonna continue to upgrade to the iPhone in 2021? Just because they don't buy it now doesn't mean they won't get it later. I think the iPhone effect stretches into the summer of next year, especially as the economy begins to become more predictable and stabilize. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of months, dude? I mean, predictions are like all over the place for what's going to go on with the economy, especially if things start kind of getting, buckled down. So I don't know, man. I think iPhones are about as pandemic proof as you can get. I don't think there's any other manufacturer that's going to do what they can do. They did a good thing with the SE, selling a budget iPhone at the onset of economic, hardship. So they gave people options, and for those that maybe didn't upgrade then and decided, okay, maybe I can get the iPhone Mini or the regular 12 or whatever, they'll be looking at those as options. Without making this really an iPhone podcast, I'll just kind of close the iPhone piece and say that the iPhone is a gift and a curse. It sets expectations high for carriers to sell phones and renew, line plans and stuff like that. So that's the curse, right? It sets expectations high. So every carrier kind of plugs it in, and puts it in as this the saving grace of business for Q3 and moving into Q4. But it is a gift in that it comes at the perfect time. They always position it around holiday season, so parents and family begin to kind of look at that situation like, now's the best time to upgrade. I can get a Black Friday deal or Cyber Monday or whatever else, So, I don't know. How do you guys think it's going to sell in the holiday season?
Really, really well. I predict. There's actually been talk about other retailers like Nordstrom and Macy's and there's other retailers that are gonna have deals before Black Friday. They're trying to get as many shoppers in like before and during and hopefully after. So I could, maybe Apple can capitalize on something maybe early event before Black Friday. But nonetheless, I could definitely see a lot of sales. Not just at Apple, but all the carriers as well. I think this is going to be huge. A lot of people are looking for a solid 5G experience. With their iPhone, they kind of want what the Android has been having for the past year.
Yep.
I think what's interesting, the conversation right now about the iPhone, and I think it's really an unnecessary conversation. Personally, I think that the modem doesn't matter. The modem is capable of 5G. The modem is improved over last year's model and the year before and the year before and the year before. There is no other iPhone that is better when it comes to the modem than this one, even though it is not an X60. Now, if I'm going to be totally honest, these are conversations we've had already, but I need to get this out there so that the community understands. We never had a reason to believe that an X60 modem was going to be in this phone. The only thing was we had a very trusted source tell us that it was a possibility and that it was in testing. So it led us to believe that it might have been in these phones. But we really should not have thought that. The fact that the X60 modem was specifically supposed to be ready by the following year, it didn't make sense for it to come out this year, even if it was on an iPhone. What gave us hope is that the iPhone was delayed. So we thought maybe that was going to be to the advantage. So, but you have to always keep in mind, if the iPhone's delayed, it's for a reason. They're delayed in testing, they're delayed in development, they're delayed in everything, right? So we had to kind of take that into account. I'm glad the X60 is not in the iPhone. I don't think it was ready. I think it needed additional configuration. It needed more testing. There's probably some tweaking. If it went into the iPhone, that would have gone down as the worst iPhone ever because the modem would have been flawed. It literally probably just now is approaching production, the X60 modem. I bet you production doesn't start until the mid-November mark, like full-blown, full-bore production. So that way it's ready for phones at the end of January.
It's December 1st.
Production?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it would have been cool to see it, but I just didn't think that it fit. The timing just wasn't there.
Right. Yeah,
but do not get it twisted. This is going to be the best modem in an iPhone ever. So imagine, take your Samsung Galaxy S20, your Note 20, your Moto Edge Plus, take your best flagship from an Android from this year, take that modem and put it in the iPhone, and you got yourself a good phone. Arguably, probably the best phone of the year. Right? Because you're not getting that out of the Samsung, in my opinion, because of the software, personally. I like Google's version of software, but they didn't give us an 8 series chipset. Or else I would have said it would have been the Pixel.
Yeah.
So, and I'm experiencing that. See, you can't do a review of a smartphone in 3 days. I'm starting to learn more about the Pixel today than I did yesterday or the day before, now that it's been about 2 weeks in rotation with my main SIM in it. And I could tell you guys, mid-range processors that have mid-range modems will give you mid-range performance. There are certain things they simply cannot do that flagships can do. To some people, that does not matter. I believe to the three of us here and a majority of our community members, it will matter.
Of course.
So the video rendering has increased the time it takes for me to produce a video. Is it make or break? No. Is it frustrating when you're used to high end? Yes. If you've been using mid-range and you continue to use mid-range, you're probably not skipping a beat. You're going to say this is an upgrade. But if you're coming out of last year's 855, you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably more similar to an 845 or even an 835. I would compare it to like my Pixel 2 XL. It's not even as fast as my Pixel 3 XL, if I'm going to be totally honest about it. Right? So
that bad, huh?
It's not that it's bad. It's just it's your expectations have to be realistic. Caleb, if I told you, we're going to have steaks today and I told you it was going to be a T-bone, you have a certain expectation. That's a nice cut, right?
Yeah.
And then if I told you we were going to have Salisbury steak, you'd be like,
oh,
no.
A breaded steak, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
So at my point, your expectations would be adjusted, So
it's a good analogy.
But here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with the Google Pixel, but it goes to show you that once you go to a certain point with a smartphone, you don't want to regress. Right? So I'm disappointed in the modem because I'm so used to flagship. Carlos sends me a note, boom, note experience. Carlos sends me the Moto Edge, boom, flagship experience. To go back to the Pixel has been eye-opening because they claim that it's supposed to be this, high-end performer. Mostly it is. Modem it is not. So we just have to make sure we keep that in mind.
Just like the wing versus S20. Just like the chicken wing versus the S20 Plus, bro. Big difference in speeds.
Now the iPhone's going to perform all flagship, any version of them. They'll perform, and that's Apple's control over their hardware and their software. So it's good stuff, But I will tell you guys, I literally, in using the Pixel, it is a dream. It is beautiful to use. The software is tremendous. Still, in my opinion, I don't care. Apple software, iOS, it's fine. Google does it better. They just do. Google does a better mobile OS than Apple does. There are things in Apple's OS that make me scratch my head. I just think Google's Android is better. Not by much, but a little bit. Now, the one problem I have is Periscope. What's up with the developers, bro? You got half the people using Android, half the people using iOS. Why is it not better optimized for Android? That's the only app that 100% certainty is almost unusable on Android. I want to uninstall it on my Androids, bro. I literally own an iPhone just for Periscope. It's crazy.
I think they developed the app for Android and then just stopped like the day later.
Yeah, they're like, hey, can we put this into like transcription software and get this thing switched over to Android? Oh my God, man. But what I do like about the iPhone iOS now is that they support widgets. They've made it a little bit more flexible. I think maybe they're listening to people a little bit more, which is good. Kind of giving them what they want. The screen on the Pixel is fine. I don't have any issues with it. I have heard about like the body of the phone, like the plastic, whatever it's called, or the screen lifting off. I've heard of this, but I haven't seen it. I have been taking the case off frequently to see if I can kind of create the scenario, but I don't see anything. I don't see any excess wear or anything. This phone's slippery. It's really slippery. I recommend a case. Oh, and by the way, I can actually see the antennas. There's a noticeable antenna in the top left-hand corner of the phone. So I see that one. And I'm looking for another one. I think that's the only one that's visible. Anyways, so there's antennas there. Millimeter wave at the top. All right. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to our newest Patreon member, Itza6. Itza. Yeah. Good to have you. Welcome to the community.
There you go. Difference between mid-range on Verizon's DSS with today's update. So DSS versus flagship.
About 30%, huh, Los?
Yep.
Yeah.
40%.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy.
And the signal. This is 98 versus 107.
So, Carlos, to confirm that, when I was testing millimeter wave at the bakery the other day, same situation. I knew that the millimeter wave node reached a certain point because I had tested it on my Note 10. It did not work on the Pixel 5.
Oh.
I had to move up about 50 or 60 feet. That's how big of a that's how big of a difference it was.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
Over in the house.
What up, Siova?
Is Siova's audio on?
What's good?
What's up, brother? Man?
What's up? What's happening?
Man, we're just chilling. I was looking for some Jello, and then I remembered that I had a live stream to do.
Jello. Oh my god! Make sure you don't put no special candy in it, man. A lot of people up for that.
Well, I could put the pink Kool-Aid in there, then we'd be in trouble, right?
Kool-Aid. What's going on with you guys, man? I was surprised to see that update on my Note 20 Ultra Copper Poppy.
Anything happen for you?
Yeah, got the 5G access.
But did it get better than before the update?
It was. I never really I use my Wi-Fi, so I would have to, in order for me to see if it's better, like I have to go very far from my house because I never really had that much issues in my house because I have Wi-Fi. But so I just have to test it out and about, and going around town and stuff like that. But I am noticing that the battery is getting nuked.
Whoa.
It is noticeably nuking the battery.
What are you losing, about an hour of SOT?
You know me, I'm kind of an eye guy. I'm kind of like I eye it a lot. So I notice that I put it on a charger a lot sooner than I used to before I had the 5G on. Before I had the consistent, because before it was just like stayed at 4G. So once they put the update to get the nationwide 5G on, I'm noticing like I have to put it on the charger more often.
See, I don't have that problem with these phones at all. But I'm running Android 11 beta on this because I wanted to get the DSS before the official release. And this one, I'm just running it stock, and I'm not having no issues with the battery at all. But we'll see, since I just got the update today. I was getting the 5G before, but no issues with battery life.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit strange. So what I'll have to do is like I'll have to charge it at the beginning of the day, and then don't charge it again until it's about to die. Because I do a lot of like, if it's like on 30% or 20%, I'll charge it back up. So since I got the update and it's consistently on 5G, what I'll do is that when I'm home, I'll pretty much just turn the Wi-Fi off and just let it use 5G without using 5G and the Wi-Fi at the same time.
If you really want to put an end to that, go to Samsung Band Selector, download that app, Samsung Band Selector, disactivate Band 5.
Just put LTE all. That's it.
Or yeah, you can go to that drop down. It's like a hamburger menu, and you could do LTE all, and it'll turn off the 5G. That sucks, dude. I'm really disappointed that that's happening. For me, my battery life has been unchanged, and it's on everywhere I go. I don't see
Samsung Band Selector.
Yeah, you could download that app on the Play Store.
It's called Samsung Band Selection.
Yeah.
Selector.
Not Selector. I see Band Selection.
Selection, yeah.
Maybe it's Selection. My bad. Yep.
Well, what I'll do is like I'll pay attention. I'll pay attention to it more, and like I said, I'll turn off the Wi-Fi so it's only using 5G, not 5G and Wi-Fi, and I'll monitor the battery usage from there.
I don't know, man. It might be like this for a while, dude. These 5G networks, man. These companies, they all want that icon so badly, right? They want to be able to show consumers we have 5G, but it's at the cost of the consumer experience. It's almost like it's almost like a double-edged sword, and damned if you do, damned if you don't, because T-Mobile rushed to put an icon out and their network took a dump. AT&T started sending it out in certain markets and their network took a dump. Now Verizon's doing it, and it's all and it's the same thing. They take a dump, and then there's testing, and they got to collect data, and they have to configure and reassess, and it's just a mess, dude. And you can't even say you're fine on LTE, because when it's DSS, it's pulling on both sides of the coin here, right? It's going to pull for 4G, LTE, and 5G.
You said Band 5? LTE
5.
Band 5?
What you want to do is you want to just put LTE only.
Okay,
if there's
LTE
a setting for that in that drop-down menu, or
LTE all.
LTE all.
Okay.
And then that should disable, the 5G radio.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Compare, run that for a couple days, then turn your 5G back on and see what it is, because sometimes there's updates to phones that kill battery and it has nothing to do with the cellular. I've Samsung, dude, I've had security patches that fixed all my problems and security patches that created a whole slew of new ones with Samsung.
Yep. That is true.
The only phone I could tell you with certainty that usually fixes all problems with updates is usually Apple. Usually. Google's like that too. When they send out updates, they usually fix problems instead of creating new ones. What's up, ARG Tech? Appreciate the super chat, man. You're the best, bro. We the best SMT.
Did you hear what Kazi said?
What, man?
The pickle's going live at 9.
Oh, come on, bro. Really?
Oh God.
Seriously?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, again, thanks for the super chat, brother. All right.
What's that?
What's that?
The pickle?
Yeah, you wouldn't. That's right. Silva wouldn't know. How is Silva going to know about that? Like, he's not going to know.
Let's start from the beginning.
No.
Hey,
no,
yo. Hold on.
It's got this.
Yeah.
Wearing the shirt, bro. What, Silva? What? that meme, bro. That looks like Scarface, the rapper, bro. Back in 1983, bro.
What you talking about?
What's up, Mitch? Appreciate the super chat. I live next to NYC in New Jersey. Other day saw a fiber wheel. Asked the guy, was it VZW or Altice? Nope. To both, it was AT&T. Guess going for millimeter wave. It's possible. Did you see any of those CRAN setups with the millimeter wave nodes? Be interesting to see if they're doing it there, man. I don't know.
Quibi.
So, Silva, you're not getting out much, so you're not really seeing much of the millimeter wave access, huh?
No, I'm not.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Are you a work from home situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not really like out and about unless I'm like going for like long walks and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I said what I really would do is like when I'm home, I would just turn the Wi-Fi off. So instead of it using 5G and Wi-Fi at the same time, I'll just use the 5G, and then I'll definitely test the 5G when I go outside, because I really just want to see, is it me just using the Wi-Fi in conjunction with the 5G, or is it something with the 5G itself?
Sounds like it's probably the 5G. Because everything was cool before.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that changed. So it's like all variables the same.
Yeah.
But Samsungs do run rogue, dude. They do some weird things sometimes, man. As amazing and capable as they are, software can be funky. Be a funkadelic,
My Note 8 was Gucci for a long time. It was just old.
The Note 8 and the Note 9s were amazing phones, man.
Yeah, the Note 8 was Gucci. Like, I had no issues with the Note 8 with all those security updates that T-Mobile was pushing to it. Everything was A-okay, man.
Versace, bro. Versace.
Hey, speaking of T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
No.
All right. I gotta let somebody in here.
No,
I am not responsible for anything that this man says.
We are not responsible for this.
We are not. Go ahead, dog.
You all know what I want to say today.
Do it.
Quibi's fucking dead. It's finally dead. Out of every single time we've talked about it,
bruh,
Quibi's dead.
Quibi is and forever always will be trash.
Look, the reason why I have an issue with Quibi, okay, was because their idea of a streaming service was if you're in the metropolitan areas and you're going in public transit, you'd have 7 minutes of time between one stop and another, and that's when you would be watching this thing. I was literally thinking from day one, I don't care about Chrissy Teigen. I don't care about all this other stuff. I don't care about Portrait. I don't care about this stuff. See,
that's John Legend's lady, right?
What happened?
Yeah.
That's John Legend's lady? Okay.
Yeah. This was unprecedented.
Squeeze.
It was not innovative. Finally, it's dead.
Okay, so are you saying that under a different circumstance, non-pandemic, this may have worked?
No, even without the pandemic, I don't think that there was enough content, and the fact that it wasn't available in everywhere that it needed to be, that really limited the accessibility. It's the same thing with, Peacock. We haven't really heard about Peacock that much. We haven't really heard about you know, what's going on with HBO Max with the Fire, right? Fire Sticks and the Roku's, right? Same situation.
Yeah.
Those need to be addressed, right? But thank God we have one less situation here. Quibi is dead. This should be like the happiest day of my life.
Celebratory day. Hey, look, I'll be honest with you. The service itself was trash. From content-wise, I heard it was terrible. You know, very few good shows and good offers. So here was my problem with the service. We were basically being told what we wanted, right? Here was big Hollywood raising billions of dollars to tell us, here's what we know you want to watch, right? They said, okay, you like short form video. We're going to give it to you. Oh, you like to watch stuff vertically in portrait. So here's the service for you. And we're not going to give you regular people. We're going to give you actors and actresses from Hollywood, right? Big names, A-list, B-list people. And we're going to put together these shows. And we're going to serve it to you in small segments daily in sequence. That's wrong on so many levels. That is not TikTok. That is not YouTube. That is none of those things. If you notice the video platforms that are succeeding and excelling, they sound and look nothing like Quibi, right? Quibi had a chance if it could offer something better than Netflix or Hulu, but it couldn't. And that's why it failed. They were not in the same market as YouTube. They are not in the same market as TikTok, you know, and all these other self-creator platforms. It was doomed from the beginning. I'm glad Big Hollywood failed because they think they know everything. So eat a bag of you know what, hold this L and see you later. All right.
And the other issue that I'm sure you guys have addressed or may address in the, you know, down the line here on the podcast, the fact that Quibi was tied to the Generation Z, millennials. There's a Magenta company that also endorsed them, right? They gave it away for free as an option alternative to Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And we already know, we got Carlos on record that Netflix is going to be taken away to some capacity or completely in 2021. Their idea was, oh, we have an alternative streaming option. Quibi never took off. So now the conversation is, what are they going to do as an alternative to, if Netflix is going away, if Quibi's already dead, what's going to happen?
I think the plan was, if Quibi could have taken off, I think the plan was to move away from Netflix and go with Quibi. I think they organically tried to generate a new video streaming service that was going to cost them less money to operate and serve. I really do believe that. And it just didn't work out, which I think that's why it backfired in their face. A lot of people say, oh, Quibi failed. But it's a failed partnership too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a fail both ways because, I mean, you're watching crappy 15-minute videos when T-Mobile signal only lost about 7 minutes. They go to the cell edge, and you can't finish your Quibi video to begin with. So,
man, Silva, you want to have at this a little bit? I mean, you were a former
paid no attention to that.
Nothing. No Quibi?
Attention to Quibi. I didn't even.
But you were a Magenta subscriber for years.
When they rolled out Quibi, I looked at it and I saw the crappy shows they had on there. There's apps like Asian Crush and Midnight Pulp that offers more.
Holy crap!
Silva calling it like it is, bro. Spade a spade, bro.
Yeah, Asian Crush and Midnight Pulp had more to offer than what Quibi. Like I never even bothered with Quibi. It just wasn't interesting, man.
So did you download the app or did you watch it on the your phone? Did you just try a couple shows or was it like you just looked at the lineup?
I just looked at it. It was just no. It was like I've downloaded like Midnight Pulp and watched a couple little, animes and little movies, or Asian Crush, watch a couple little interesting shows, 5 minutes. Oh, that's interesting. Quibi, nah, I just wasn't interested, man. Like I'd rather just rather would deal with Netflix. Like if you're telling me,
yeah. But Silva, the premise of Quibi was to give people these short form videos, and you just watch the next one the next day, right? Does anybody really have a problem watching a 20-minute show? I don't have like when I sit down to watch a show, I've set aside the time to watch it.
Okay, how about this? We need an average consumer opinion about this. Because
I'm an average consumer. I watch like 1 hour of TV a day.
We have too many distractions. We have potentially kids, right? We have work, we have school. When do we really have time to divest 20, concentrated minutes on something, right?
9:30 p.m. As soon as Yasmin goes to sleep and the podcast is done.
I'll tell you this, okay? My girlfriend doesn't even watch 20 minutes straight. Literally every single day when she was, FaceTiming me when she was at university, she would be watching it on the background and half listening, half paying attention while doing homework. So these folks are, multitasking to an extreme level sometimes. And, unless you're a fanatic of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, those are when they really, take the time away to focus on that. That's right, man. There it is. That moose.
Oh,
killed.
I like that. I like that.
And that's an elk. That is not.
Hey, he tried. Kazi tried.
But Sneed, we still haven't addressed the elephant in the room, right? Quibi's dead. Netflix is going to be going away. What is the Magenta going to do next?
It's a cost. It's a cost issue. I don't think there's any other way to slice it. It's not that they don't want to give it to their customers. I think it hurts to give it. Right? They're paying full SKU pricing on it, I believe. So,
dude, you see what Info said, bro? Put that up on the screen, bro. That's the best one, bro.
What happened, bro? Oh, save the moose. Hashtag save the moose, bro. Yeah, I think they could do something with Amazon. There's a pre-existing relationship there with Metro by T-Mobile, so I think there's something they could do there. I also think Hulu's an option. I know Verizon has Hulu and stuff like that. See, that's where AT&T flexes with their own content with a full catalog of legitimate shows. You look at HBO Max, it's nothing to sneeze at. That's a legitimate offer. What do you think, Ciova? What do you think of HBO Max as an offer?
What was he there?
Carlos saved the day.
Of course, HBO Max would be amazing. It's an amazing option. Always an amazing option. The content on there is also good.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever use it when I sent you the login info?
That was for HBO Max?
The last login info I sent you, yeah.
I thought that was for Dish.
No, no, the one before that one.
Oh, then I missed that one, dude.
Oh, dude.
So I could try it.
It's amazing. It's not. I mean, it still has some things that needs to be worked out. I'm not gonna deny it. But other than that, it's pretty flawlessly. It has a lot of good stuff on there. A lot of stuff you see, NBC stuff, all that stuff.
So. This is not a thing. This is not a thing.
Jesus Christ, not again.
This is not a thing. It is not.
Jesus,
it's not real life. Bro. It is not.
I think T-Mobile is going to feature Lifetime, because that's the only channel they can afford.
Oh Jesus! And
by the way, did you notice that starting tomorrow, it's their first, I guess it's called the Max Original.
I'm sorry, fella. I gotta roll out. I got a show about to do in a few minutes. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Have a good one, brother. We'll see you, man.
See ya.
All right, peace, fellas.
Peace.
All right, later, bro.
Did you know that as of tomorrow, they're, I guess, trying out on HBO Max like a new exclusive movie? It's called Ronald Dahl's The Witches. It's premiering exclusively tomorrow on HBO Max. So, that's their take on the Mulan for Disney, right? And there's other movies that are coming as well.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right. I see you. I think the end game is T-Mobile wants to do something different with their video offer, something a little bit more affordable than the Netflix, but there may not be something in the cards. It's almost kind of like customers they're coming with this baggage, like the older customer. So even if you were to offer something new, people still are like, they want Netflix, right? Like if somebody went to T-Mobile because of Netflix, you can't really take it away from them. It's part of the reason they're there. It's now tied to T-Mobile services. So I think it's a difficult thing to manage if they're trying to get away from it. It's going to be hard, but I think Hulu's legit, bro. I think Hulu's better than Netflix. I think Netflix is horrible. I hate Netflix. There's so many weird things on there, dude. Seriously, you could stumble upon some crazy stuff. The fact that some of that stuff exists is just absurd. I'm like, they actually hit record on this crap? Like, what? But there's some good stuff on there, too. I know why people like Netflix. If you have 2 or 3 shows you really like on Netflix, then the service becomes worth it to enjoy. Same thing could be said about Hulu as well. If there's a few shows you like, you'll gladly pay the service. Then you have situations like where you can bundle Hulu with other stuff, Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. The value proposition goes up, and then throw in ESPN, Verizon is now just throwing it in the bag, with these other things. It's easy to get Hulu now, So I feel like with a pre-existing relationship with the Sprint side with Hulu, it makes sense for them to at least explore it.
Yeah.
I think they should.
Netflix is not ready, bro. It is not. Netflix is not ready. Do you think do you guys really think Netflix is going in 2021? Really?
Bro, I can see it.
I don't know. I think, if it was, I think they would have said something about it now. But
to get people primed for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I think about it, there's going to be so much customer churn once that if it completely goes away. Can you imagine? The churn's going to be through the roof.
What if their network got so good they could just get rid of Netflix and it was cool? Like they're like, all right, we still got a great network.
No.
Not happening, Chief. Well, I mean, that would have to change really fast. Neville did say today that 2.5 would be done by the end of 2021.
No.
He did say that. Zero Cool RF. He did say that.
It doesn't matter.
I know it's not going to happen, but I'm telling you, that's what he said. He did say that.
That's your boss.
No. The problem I think is, when you put yourself in that position, when you say certain things that are, it's a lofty and a very ambitious goal. It's just unrealistic. You'd have to be out of your daggone mind if you were buying that, bro. If you're buying that, I'm selling a bridge in Brooklyn. Yeah. I can give it to you on the low. I got that oceanfront property in Idaho.
Jesus.
Moose, talk to me, man.
Well, one of the things that I've always thought about is if they do remove the flagship streaming service, which is Netflix, and on top of that, they take away taxes and fees included, and you incorporate the fact that they still have a lot of network integration. We know Magenta is going to be churning, and they have been churning. Verizon's quarterly earnings this morning just signaled the fact that it was just it's a beautiful time in the wireless industry.
I think AT&T's numbers might be better than Verizon's. After looking at Verizon's today, I think there's room. I think there was enough churn and movement where I think AT&T's might be a little bit better.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow morning. I am still going to see. I'm waiting to see what T-Mobile's manipulation of the numbers is going to be, right? Because they started the free line promotion on both Sprint and T-Mobile back in like 2 months ago, right? So August. That's going to be something to consider, something to look at. Number 2, and more importantly, is this Q4 momentum, right, for both Verizon and AT&T. But I will say this, because I was looking into the earnings call a little bit closer on their financial statements for Verizon, something that has not been said by anybody else, but I'll definitely go on record on this, is their debt has increased dramatically year over year. And that's something that needs to be talked about, because remember, we have talked about that they are interested in spending a significant amount of money for C-band. If that is the case, they're at 115. Hold on, it's over 115 now billion dollars in debt. Yeah, Verizon is now, as of this last quarter, 115.5 billion in debt, which is not bad because their debt to EBITDA ratio is 2.1. So that's fine, but it has gone up year over year. So that's something to take a look at.
But they always wash out. They always pay off their debt.
Yeah, their debts are managed pretty well, but it's really because of the assets. Like what Moose is basically saying is, why are people really not concerned about a company like AT&T? Is the simple fact that the assets are absurd. The value of what the company owns and operates is tremendous. Like, they could have a bad quarter and they don't feel it. They could have a bad year and it's really still not a big deal. Because they own so much, because they operate so much. There's never really a down year. Really, the only down thing was Randall Stevenson. He was the down decade. He was a devastator to the company's position. He may have hurt them in C-band. I can't, seriously. In Spectrum auctions, he may have hurt their position. Could you imagine? Just take out the DirecTV deal. What we're looking at right now for C-band, Verizon would have to move heaven and earth to dominate C-band. It's a little bit easier now based on their position.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think Randall has hurt them, with these acquisitions. It's just, it kind of makes me wonder, was C-band even in his head? Or was it just I need DirecTV. Oh, I need this. I need Time Warner.
I want it all. It's crazy because, if you look up the world's worst CEOs of all time, there are a lot of lists that need to now be adjusted, and I think they need to include Randall Stevenson in the top 10. I really do.
By the way, I apologize. Mr. Tyrone called. He's coming on the live right now.
Well, we got a spot for him, Dow.
Yeah.
We're going to get a
Are we really going to talk about C-band after last night, Sneed, and that Twitter feed? One retweet, and you find a random start talking about DSS, saying how T-Mobile's got real DSS. And last night, okay, if anybody doesn't know, I retweeted Sneed's Verizon Twitter thing, and you left a friendly comment. Nothing bad. You were talking straight facts. It was facts. Verizon's doing 5G right. Then all of a sudden,
No. It wasn't Verizon's doing 5G right. It was Verizon has the partnerships, and that's why I believe in their 5G. Because if Amazon and Microsoft and Walmart and all these multi-billion-dollar companies, if they say Verizon is doing it right, that's meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were spot on, the person that wrote that. And then all of a sudden, some random Eugene comes in and starts spamming. I'm like, where did you even find it? The thing is, where do these people find this stuff? Are they just he ain't even following me. He ain't following you. I urge everybody, go on my Twitter, check out the feed. Sneed was just going in on this dude. It was amazing.
I know what he is. He's an employee for T-Mobile.
It's got to be. He's got to be.
And he's drinking the Kool-Aid. All right, and that's fine.
He ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. He's drinking the vodka. He's got to be, he's got something weird or something shrooms. I don't know.
Oh, John, Gary Forsey is just a tad bit worse than Randall Stevenson.
John's in the house.
Just a smidge.
John, it's good to have you on. John, I got something special for you. You've been wanting me to change my avatar, so I picked this one specifically just for you. And I don't do it for anybody, but just for you, John, I'm going to change my avatar to this. I gotta find it. Hold on, I gotta find it.
We gotta welcome in Mr. Tech Life himself. What is up, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Hope all is well in your world, man. We were talking about Quibi.
Ta-da!
What's up, Tyrone?
What's going on?
Just for you, John. Just for you. A true hero in the form of an avatar. John, the man himself. I do it just for you.
I'm gonna,
What up, Tyrone?
lay out this. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
How are you doing, my man?
Here you go. Just for you, John. Just for you. All right, back to 5G cellular. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Tyrone, you want to give us a take on Quibi, dog?
Oh, I can't wait. I want to hear what Tyrone got to say.
I think Quibi, they enter the tough business anyway. Streaming is packed right now, and I just think their format, what they were trying to accomplish, like with this whole 10-minute episodes, I just don't think it was going to work anyway. Even if they, even without the T-Mobile partnership, I just had no faith in Quibi whatsoever. Even before, I had no desire to even watch any content. And it was offered for free to T-Mobile customers. I never signed up for it. I had no care for it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It never piqued my interest. I was never really intrigued. I looked at a channel lineup. I don't know.
Nothing. It just seems like they were trying to bring back old shows that used to air on MTV and make them popular again. I think I saw they were trying to bring back that Punk'd. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I remember those. I remember those days.
Yeah, they were trying to bring that back and make it like cool and modern, but it just wasn't going to work. There was just no. They gained no traction. Nobody was speaking about it. It just wasn't going to work.
Mind if I jump in, Tyrone? I'm sorry to cut you off. I've been waiting to say something, so I was wondering if I could just. So I'm going to just start off by saying that Quibi had potential. Like, I think everything in this world has potential. For even your own children, when they're born, have potential. The problem with Quibi, or Quifi, as I like to call it, the problem with that is that it was in a saturated market where there were so many streaming services. So, for example, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, they're just the basics. But then you've got other third parties like Shudder, Apple TV Plus. You've got other AMC Plus. There's so many streaming services that just saturated the market. And the problem with Quibi is that it was trying to do something where it was exclusive for smartphones, and they fully didn't really embrace what makes a streaming service a streaming service. They had the names, they had the actors, but they had one area that they missed out on: execution. And that's trying to target. And I think the problem also is, like you said, they're trying to take old properties, old kind of shows like Punk'd. Then they did WWE. And I'll tell you right now, I used it. I've told everybody. You guys know I've used it, and it sucked. I didn't like it. I couldn't find anything that I could grow attached to. And when you finish those shows, they're not getting renewed. It's just, oh yeah, it's a one and done. So there's nothing there that's binge worthy. So I think the problem with Quibi is that it was marketed for the wrong people at the wrong time, because the pandemic came and everybody was worried about paying their bills. Sure. But also the streaming services kind of blossomed. You look at Amazon Prime Video, they surged 15% because of The Boys. The Boys is the best watched show on Amazon Prime Video. Netflix got Cobra Kai, Hulu and Disney and ESPN had the bundle. So it was never going to work.
I mean, everybody's commenting RIP Quibi in the comments of my video today. So,
and plus, another thing too, somebody asked me, he said, well, yeah, you could say Quibi was similar to Go 90, but they're saying Go 90 lasted 3 years. That was likely because it was backed by a company like Verizon that had huge money to push it for longer. Quibi had no real money behind it. They weren't.
They had money to start it.
Yeah, that was it. They had no real money to push any advertising or anything like that.
The only advertisement they were able to afford was the billboards you saw on Times Square. That was it. Other than that, the only time you'd ever hear of Quibi was in a T-Mobile store. But even then, it was in the back of the store. And you guys know, when things are in the back of the store, that's a sign that it's going to end. And I called it. I remember. I don't know if you remember, Sneed, but I said like a few months ago, I started seeing them put Quibi in the back of the stores. You know what that means? They're going to push it out. And everybody told me, oh, no, they just signed it. They would never do that. Well, look what happened. Quibi basically were like, we can't afford to keep going because they can't afford.
I also think in that comparison with Go90, what Go90 also offered was unique sports access. You know, they still had very precarious games, you know, soccer matches, international. So like there was some of that. So there was minimal engagement, but it was engagement. I really feel like Quibi was so low traffic and had such low view time that they probably started questioning about 2 months ago when they should cut the cord as opposed to if they should cut the cord.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Absolutely. Right. And here's one last thing I'll say on Quibi, and then I'll just pass it up from there, is that, you know, it was formatted specifically for smartphones. So it was trying to go at people that are always on their smartphones daily. But I think the problem with that is that there's more out there. And Quibi, when I tried to use it on my iPad and stuff, it didn't feel in sync, like it was out of place. So I think they really failed on trying to sell this idea of smartphone-sized entertainment. But I will say that if T-Mobile was fully invested in them, they should have backed Quibi and should have really tried, just like how HBO Max, you know, Verizon with Disney Plus, like they're going all in on these streaming services. And T-Mobile hardly ever kind of really pushed them. Anytime they did a commercial, they never mentioned it. But when you have Netflix, they push that to the max. And, you know, I don't even know what's going to happen with Netflix, but I'll say this with Quibi, they better start looking for something else because...
All right. So we got to ask ourselves this question. If you put Quibi on any other carrier, does it make a difference?
No. You just get to watch a video a little longer when the signal does drop out.
That's a maybe. I would say maybe, but it depends on who. It really does.
I think it fails ultimately, so I don't want to say this is like a T-Mobile thing. It obviously isn't, but I think it's a plan. It's a backup plan that backfired a little bit because I do think that had this have taken off for them, they would have used it against in leverage with Netflix bargaining. They would have said, look, we got a comparable product that's competing with you. You know, we can go with them. You know, but it didn't work, and I didn't expect it to, and, you know.
But I think this – I think I think this one was the complete opposite. So I think this was Quibi that reached out to T-Mobile to try to help them push their product because they were suffering already. So they thought, you know, T-Mobile, big brand, they do big quarterly numbers, they got a decent base, so let's try to – make it happen. The Netflix deal was T-Mobile likely reached out to Netflix to say, hey, look, we want to gain some subscribers. We want to put more value onto our plans. So that's why they made that an uncarrier move.
Yeah. I see that. I could see that. And I think, you know, Quibi was just willing to take on anybody. From what I understand, AT&T had the opportunity to have Quibi. And they turned it down. In fact, I have a quote from I forget who let me see if I could find the source here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Motley Fool, the website, said that T-Mobile was brilliant for making this deal with Quibi, and this was a huge miss by AT&T.
No.
That's what the Motley Fool said back in November or October when this was announced.
I'm sure Quibi reached out to every carrier.
Even that Verizon. News site's always wrong too. Motley Fool is horrible.
Yeah, right, Motley Fool is sometimes truthful, sometimes they get things right, and sometimes they just mess up a couple of times. Right, but in this case, they're right though.
But this is what they were saying about Quibi in the start. Okay, a website we really respect and we appreciate what they do. Lightshed Partners. Tyrone, talk to me on Lightshed, bro. You have faith in them, don't you?
Yeah, it's really solid.
Okay. Solid. Rich Greenfield said they are going to have 10 million subs in 1 year.
No.
You see what I'm saying? People were high on Quibi. 10 million subs in a year. AT&T messed up by not taking it. I mean, I knew they were wrong from the beginning.
Yep.
There's no way that was going to play out this way. I mean, they're still pushing Netflix. They never said drop Netflix and go with Quibi. They never did that. So not even T-Mobile was really all in with Quibi.
Yep, they were never in. That's right.
That's why they probably, because, they had the option to give, Netflix and Quibi, but then they were like, okay, then you choose. They obviously knew people were going to pick Netflix, because who wouldn't pick Netflix? Netflix is more superior. It's far miles better than Quibi.
A lot more content.
Technoid mentioned something very key, which is all these smaller third parties may not be as successful. The only reason why Apple TV Plus is going to be successful is because it's going to be built into a bundle, and we already have. Tyrone has been reporting that the partnership with Apple on Verizon is going to be even more extensive. That Apple One is going to be huge.
The reason that's going to be successful because it has the Apple name on it. That's the only reason.
Apple, and also it comes pre-installed in every single device, on every Apple ecosystem device, an iPad, a phone, a computer. So Apple TV, Apple Music, all the streaming services are built right in. So they automatically have millions. They have millions of people using their products, and if you can get like just 250,000, they're already going to be successful.
And it comes free every single time you buy a device. It doesn't matter if it's a laptop, an Apple TV box, or an iPhone.
Yep. And they have good content.
Yeah, that movie with Tom Hanks over the summer was really solid.
Yeah, that movie with Tom Hanks, I tell you right now, if that thing don't get nominated for an Oscar for best visual effects, I tell you right now, like Apple's making moves. Everybody, when they first came out, everyone was like, oh, this is not going to work. Everybody bashed Apple TV, but I'm like, nah, man, Apple ain't afraid. They got the money. They will dish it out. And look what they did. They bought rights to the Peanuts. They literally are responsible for the Peanuts not being played on TV this Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas because they have an exclusive partnership with the Peanuts creators. And you could only watch it for free on Apple TV Plus.
And don't forget the Apple One, right, where if you're already paying for a family subscription of Apple Music, it's only $5 more, and you get all the other benefits plus additional iCloud storage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
So Apple really kind of came into their own blossom with this. But the thing with Quibi, and one thing I wanted to get back to it real quick, is if you go on the T-Mobile website, you will see there is no mention of Quibi. Even if you go into their why T-Mobile, there's no benefits. There's not even a fraction. This is before the Quibi. If you take a look at it, the only thing you'll be able to find is Netflix. And Quibi is like pretty much essentially just at all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, they weren't in on it. They didn't care.
By the way, Sneed, I love how you brought back up old articles about carriers, missing the boat on something. Well, the pandemic changed everything. But not only did the pandemic change everything, this thing was dead on arrival day one.
Yeah, and I think maybe the 6-month time frame was accelerated by the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe it went on for a year. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it likely was. It likely was accelerated. Yeah. Yep.
By the way, if we're going to be talking about Quibi, right? Have we even heard any information from Peacock?
No.
Oh, yes. What's up with Peacock?
Exactly. What's going on with Peacock? Because as far as I know, the only people that they're actually outreaching to are their Comcast customer base, which that means that they're going to be churning from their traditional TV to this product. Or if you're a Comcast customer for internet, you get Peacock for free.
Well, Peacock is already free from the start. They're basically over-the-top free ad-supported videos on demand. So basically, they can just air content because they have the rights because of NBC and Universal Comcast. The thing is that they have established users on Peacock. They have like over 15 million users, so they're going to be fine as long as those ads are playing and more people are signed on to Peacock. They're going to be fine.
The thing that I know for sure is a lot of sports, at least soccer, people are pissed off because they have the rights to the Premier League, and if you want to watch some of the games, you have to have Peacock.
Yeah. When they got that locked in, you knew you were going to have those people by the you know what.
Yep.
Well, the thing with Peacock is it starts out as free, but you have the option to go premium, and premium basically unlocks everything. But even the free basic stuff on Peacock is more than satisfying for a lot of users. Like, it's basically what it says to be. It's just free TV. And I've used it, so I can tell you it's actually a liable option from NBC. But if you upgrade it for the $5, not only will you get everything like you guys just said, but you get more in the premium. So I think they allow you to get all access to like on demand, like certain like premium things and that, and you don't have to pay either. So I kind of like the idea of Peacock, the free basic version anyway.
Do you think that that's the business model, right? To have a ad supported freemium type of thing, just like video, like, those quick video games, on smartphones. And then if you need to pay, then you pay.
Yeah,
it gives consumers an option.
Sure.
And not even that, the ads that play on them are not like basic ads. Those are like regular ads that you would see on a TV. So it's like a cable service because it blends in naturally. It's not like it interrupts with like 5 ads at a time. It feels natural, like you're watching cable TV.
And I think that's what, by March, that's what HBO Max is going to transform into as well for all existing customers that don't have the premium plan, because we all know that in the Investor Day, they mentioned that in 2021, there was going to be a ad-supported tier, right, of HBO Max. The only thing that I'm worried about is, okay, what about Netflix? Is Netflix going to eventually adopt that model too? Because their growth slowed. I mean, 2 days ago, I think on Monday or Tuesday, they did their earnings. This was the worst quarter on record
for
Netflix.
I think they have to, unless they want to keep raising its prices on their customer base. I think eventually they have to include ads.
Netflix has already taken a loss. Right now, the stock is down 36 points. They've been on a slow increase in subscribers because the problem with Netflix is that they keep, they don't have the content. Like, they got Cobra Kai, they bought that from YouTube. But the problem with Netflix is that they're losing it because of the pricing. People just don't want to keep paying the high prices. And they're like, you know what? We can go to Disney, ESPN, and Hulu, and we can get half of that. So I think Netflix has to start they have to start implementing ways to get customers in for cheaper, like you said, ad-based. And, you look at the sharing, this is the first time.
Ads, though, Mike, people hate freaking ads, dude.
I don't like ads.
Well, do it the way Hulu does it. Hulu does it in a certain way that people just like,
actually, not only that,
but literally the worst ad system.
I have
17 ads in 3 minutes. It is so bad. Like, give me 2 ads, 30 seconds each, and let me proceed.
Well, I've never seen 17 ads in 3 minutes. I usually see like maybe 3 or 4 ads because I'm watching either a TV show and in a movie, they hardly play any ads in the movie. Yeah, it's like at the beginning.
Let me ask you guys this, because my uncle brought this up a couple of months back. So, like, let's say hypothetically there's a new hot series show that is only on, like, let's say once a week. And unlike the Netflix model, that's all in the day one launch, right? Where every single episode you can binge it. What if you were to pay more money to watch the next episode or all the episodes all at one time, right? Because that's just the fanatic, right? So, like, hypothetically, let's say Rick and Morty season 5, right? That comes out. What if you would pay extra to see all the episodes before it launches, normally once a week?
I would so do that. That's such a great model to follow.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you realize that's like almost pay-per-view. That's like very expensive, right? So like each episode on like say iTunes, for example, is like I think $10 per episode or something like that, and the season pass is $60 or something. So it'd be a very expensive thing. However, it would increase. Like, I don't know if you guys remember back in like video game days, right? You'd have the season pass, right? And then on top of that, you would have like these customizable options throughout the season pass that you could buy extra. And that's an additional $10 or an additional $15, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that eventually the streaming services, I believe, in my opinion, they're going to be adding this extra pay option.
I've heard of that. I've heard like a couple streaming providers are going to do that just to, not only does that, help with the subscriber count, but it gets more content and greater choice.
So let me ask you guys this, just to get everybody's input. I was asked this earlier. Now that we're on the streaming topic, who right now, who really is the true competitor to Netflix? And what does that look like down the line? Is it just competing literally with content, or is it the one streaming platform that comes out with something innovative? Not speaking of Quibi, but maybe what Brian just said, include that or something different.
It's T-Mobile's next venture. OnlyFans.com.
OnlyFans comes pre-installed on your phone.
Right. On their 5G network, yeah.
Jesus.
Because I just don't know if Netflix is that growth story anymore. I think they've reached their peak now. I know they're hurting at the moment, but they'll recover. But I think they've reached their peak.
I think it's Disney Plus. I think it's going to be Disney the bundle, because you look at the value you get with them. You're getting sports. You're getting Disney originals, The Mandalorian, which is one of the most popular shows right now, and then you've got Hulu that gives you television. So I think it's going to be Disney Plus.
Yes.
You think Disney will increase prices at some point? They will have to.
Yeah, they'll have to.
But they'll continue to bring value to the table, right? They'll continue to enhance their catalog.
Well, you're talking about Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is always going to get that money. Now, come on now. What are you talking about?
Mickey Mouse in Orlando right now going like this.
Yeah,
he
got that money. He got that bubble wrapped up. He's like, okay, everybody, let's go get that money. They got that bubble ended up.
Dude, Minnie's like, give me that Louis bag, dog.
The thing that we also have to take into consideration is who is releasing movies, right? Who's releasing content, right? Disney owns 75% of the market. Let's be real here, right? They literally have every weekend, every new weekend that movies come up, it's just Disney movies. Who else is there? Universal, Sony, and then HBO, Warner Bros.
Quiet.
Right? That's it. It's just Disney. So if we think about it from a competitor, it's a monopoly, man. As soon as they bought Marvel, as soon as they bought Pixar, as soon as they bought Lucasfilm, it's over.
Can't believe they got Lucas, bro. I still can't believe that. Like, I never would have thought eventually Star Wars would be with Disney, bro.
And you can see how the fans are reacting with that. The only good thing they have is the only good thing going for them is The Mandalorian and soon the Obi-Wan series. But you can see so many fans just do not like what they're doing with the main Star Wars movies.
What do you think of Time Warner with DC?
The Snyder Cut is a good start. You know,
but but here's the thing, though. Here's what everybody forgets. They were about to sell DC. Nobody knows this, but they were looking at their they were doing their internal meetings. They were saying that DC at the time, before the whole Snyder Cut, before they kind of, went in this different direction with Wonder Woman, they were ready to sell their DC properties. They were ready to sell DC Comics. They were getting rid of the gaming division. So they were kind of trying to liquidate and try to capitalize on that. But then once Wonder Woman came out and everybody started buying into, the whole Snyder Cut and stuff like that, that's when they were like, oh, you know what, we'll keep it. Because Six Flags wasn't doing nothing for them with those proproperties.
No, they weren't. Yeah. And they named the rides after them, the Superman ride and all that stuff. Batman ride.
Yeah.
That's what I
will
thinking.
Say this, though.
I think HBO has a shot. HBO Max.
Tyrone had a really good point of view here. The only reason why all of these things were up for sale was for the desperation of C-band. Let's be real here. We need that cash. You got that money, you're going to get that spectrum. You got future opportunities, in 6 months, we need that cash. So, yes, I understand that, there was assets, like Sneed's been saying since day one.
Sorry about that.
The assets. You have so many assets you can sell, and you have plenty of things that you can divest to get that cash.
Yeah, it's true. And that's why I feel the comfort with investors is always there, knowing that on a rainy day, things could flip. If things hit the fan, they could still make a move.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
Reason I'm trying to get that fixed.
Sorry. This is why our people don't have anything, bro.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to work, and then I accidentally hit that as my avatar. But then I was like, let me see if he notices. But
let me ask you this, Sneed. Do you think that it's unlikely or less or more likely that a family in the United States now has the majority of the streaming services. And what I mean by the majority is they have Disney Plus, they have Netflix, they have HBO, and they have a Peacock, because we have Gen Z that have never watched The Office, but they're hooked. We got millennials and Gen Z that are hooked on Friends. That's a different streaming service. And then
first of all, we have to address this. Friends is the worst show of all time. Can we all agree? That is just absolute trash.
Yeah.
All right, carry on, bro. Carry on.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
I'm staying quiet.
Friend, how many of us have this? Friend.
Dude, I got a super Friends fan here that would completely disagree with you, man.
Well, I'd like to fight. So where you at?
She's ready to fight, bro. Literally,
no,
she
I
knows.
was kidding. I joke.
All the lyrics of
I joke. I kid. I joke.
Why is it the worst show?
Oh
There has to be a reason. You think that?
Don't press him like that.
Okay,
Leave my
listen,
man
here-
alone.
He attacked
Alright,
my
man.
show. What you mean?
All right.
It's just like going after the man's
Okay,
tacos. You can't.
You know
go
what
after
did it in for me? This is what did it in for me. When I was a kid, they did concerts for that stupid song. And they left after the one song. So people literally paid concert ticket pricing to listen to them perform one song, and then they walked out.
Okay, to be fair, the song itself is actually pretty cool. I actually like the song. I like the song. It's actually pretty motivating. if
You're a
you listen
horrible
to it.
human being, dude.
What?
Yes, you're the worst.
I
You
had
are
to
the
perform
worst.
that song in front of so many people at Sing back my junior year. What are you
Uh,
talking about?
So they actually did the Friends theme song related to the pandemic. It's on YouTube. It's the most funniest thing ever. Look it up.
Bro, I'm telling you guys, Friends was a racist show. Everybody should hate it.
Oh
You're
my
right now.
God! Oh.
Racist.
Oh no, she about to come over there with a Kimura lock on you.
I'm like, how's it racist if they have so many?
See, she's pressing you
ethnicities
now.
and
Now she
stuff?
wants the details. She wants the ingredients.
I
she wants
hate-
yeah.
There's only one show I hate more than Friends, and it's Seinfeld. That is the bottom of the barrel. That is the worst, bro.
I don't even know. What it is.
You don't know what Seinfeld is?
What?
She's not
Good for
cultured,
you.
bro.
Lucky
I'm sorry.
you, man.
Gen Z, man. I'm telling you, Gen Z.
Oh man. Even I know.
Gen
Come on,
Z,
in there
man.
flexing like he's some
I'm a Gen Z,
granddad.
but I knew about
I'm
Friends,
telling
The
you.
Office, Cheers. I knew all about them good shows back then.
Shit.
That is-
Turd.
I'm
Sorry,
telling you, bro.
Danza.
The Gen
Sein-
Zs, man. They have no idea
Hold on
what
one second.
Seinfeld
Right
is.
back.
I would rather chug a daily cocktail of antifreeze than watch any of those shows that I just listed.
Seinfeld now only comes on when the TV watches me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro. Those
But
are
no, but like
horrible.
going back, Sneed, there are some families in America right now in the United States that have every single streaming service, and it's the exact same amount of money as a cable subscription. Straight up, let's be real here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you add up all the money, that it costs to get all the different streaming services, man, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
True.
Yeah, but the thing about the streaming services is if you finesse it correctly and get what you need, then it works.
You don't have to have
like
them all.
let's say Tyrone, wants to get access to live sports, right? He could get what he needs from one streaming service to get the live sports, and then he'll also get live TV included. His home internet with it, together it might cost him $120. If he was to bundle TV services with his internet, it might take him over $180, $190. He's still saving money. Now, if he adds 2 or 3 more streaming services, then the value proposition comes down. But here's the thing: Tyrone may not have a choice. As soon as these companies start to pull their content out of live TV and put it onto their platform, now you have no choice but to get the streaming service. Like if I want Disney content, I have to have Disney Plus now. If I want certain things, I have to get their thing. So that's really where we're running into the issue, is when these owners of the content begin to start pulling them out of the mainstream and putting them to leverage and exploit their own, to optimize their profitability.
It's crazy, Sneed, to your point. I was watching an interview last night with Stanky, and he said the reason that they really did the
He's blessed.
HBO Max was because the only time the HBO really spiked was during the season of Game of Thrones. So they had a spike and everybody subscribing, And then once the season went off, everybody unsubscribed. So that's why they wanted to move forward with HBO Max, so they could possibly keep those customers long term, and paying monthly, in terms of the new original content, and then all the other content that's being added to the library daily.
So how do you combine services so that people just stay on the platform because they know they want more than just one show?
Yeah.
There's going to be a third-party service eventually, Sneed, that integrates everything, and you just pay them. But then the problem is there's going to be a class action lawsuit. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. Oh, we're talking about the hookup, bro.
Yeah, I use Relix. It's $5 a month, and it gives you every single platform.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, I use a cloud service called Plex. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Plex, but basically you create the server and you could add anything, literally any movie, any TV show in the world. And all you got to do is just download it. I mean, obviously you have to work and manage it, but I don't pay for anything. The only thing I'm paying for, and I'm being realistic right now, is probably, if I have to think about it, I'm probably just paying for... Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying because T-Mobile's is gone, so I canceled Netflix. But Verizon gave me Apple Music and Disney Plus bundle, so I'm not actually paying for anything.
Yeah.
So now, Sneed, I was going to ask you. We're talking about all these services. We're talking about streaming, but there's some folks in the rural areas that they don't even have access to the content because their internet speed is not even close to sufficient enough.
The digital divide.
The digital divide is very real. If I
Don't
go...
Don't worry. Neville's going to fix it. Don't worry. Neville's going to do
it. Papa Ray.
He's just going to bake everybody a cake and tell them it's all good. Yep. Everybody gets diabetes.
Hey, bro. Papa Ray to the rescue.
Papa Ray. Yo, Nadim, I love Shudder. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to respond to Nadim. He said, who has Shudder? Everybody, if you're a horror fan, sign up with Shudder. It's really good.
Bro, we have U.S. citizens, okay, in downtown L.A. that only have access to DSL. That is unbelievable in 2020.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And guess what? The city doesn't want to do anything about it. So again, it goes back to my conversation we've had for many months now. The municipalities are the problem because I guarantee you, any provider, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, Comcast, it doesn't matter who, will want to get more money. Sure. Will want to have that subscriber.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow. I didn't even know it was that bad.
Dude,
LA County has
LA
DSL?
City, bro. Like, we're talking the mecca for entertainment, and you can't even get Netflix because your download speed is 1.5 Mbps.
Yeah, there's still DSL like 10 minutes from me.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
Yeah. But I think some of it has to do with the municipalities and another part too. If it's an apartment complex that was pre-wired for DSL, they have to create a whole nother contract to have the carrier go in there and tear all that cabling out and rewire it for fiber or whatever they're wanting to do. Mm-hmm. That's expensive.
Yeah, but that's the only way we're moving forward. It's, we can talk about how it's expensive and all of this, but at some point you have to just bite the bullet and just deploy. And
exactly. But then you have some like Spectrum that's stubborn. Like in my apartment complex, she had called the lady that runs it. She had called Spectrum and said, "You can put your hub here, but I'll pay. But I want it to be exclusive to my, to my people here." And they said, "No. If we put it there, we want to have everybody in the entire area to have access to that hub."
We have folks with Cox in Henderson, in Las Vegas, in Arizona,
in the CLE, straight trash.
It's horrible, and it never will get fixed.
Garbage can resin, bro. I'm talking about the residue at the bottom of the barrel, bro. Straight hot garbage.
Carlos, I want your take on this. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. There's only so much a guy can take until he says, I'm gonna, move. That's really what it comes down to. You have to move,
bro. If if I did not have an alternative solution, I would have moved. I could not effectively do my job and progress as a creator if I had to rely on my home ISP. They would literally be an obstacle for me succeeding in my life. Seriously, both in my professional life and in my hobby. It's not an exaggeration. That's not hype. It's not hyperbole at all.
No, you're right.
True, man.
You know,
Cox cable sucks, bro.
Garbage.
Cox is horrible.
The
And the
worst.
problem is they don't want to fix the problem, which is upgrading their network.
Bro, they told me they were going to charge me to fix their problem from when I first moved in here. It was a problem, meaning it was there existing as a problem before I got here. And they're telling me I need to pay for them to fix it. Bro,
Unbelievable.
you better go play in traffic. You know what I'm saying? No, not happening, Chief. So frustrating. All you want is a decent. That's why I celebrate things like Starlink, and that's why I celebrate things like T-Mobile Home Internet, even though it's fixed wireless and it has its limitations. And the same thing with Verizon, if and when they decide they want to bring their services to more places,
quote unquote,
you know?
if and when.
Bro, they're seriously like those. Like if somebody was to get Verizon Home Internet on 4G LTE, it's a reason to celebrate, because that means they probably had something of like 5 or 10% as good as it. You know, think about the people there on satellite.
Yeah.
They're getting 2 megabits per second during peak times and are only getting like 50 megs a month. You know, or
Bro.
50 gigs a month. I mean,
Let's
sucks.
be even more crazy. Beverly Hills, California. Okay. We're talking the Mecca. Okay. We're talking about Calabasas. We're talking about San Marino. They have the worst ISPs available to them because, again, the city does not want some technology hanging from poles. They want everything underground. To me, that is prohibiting innovation, prohibiting folks from getting the best of the best. We are the number one GDP country in the world, and we do not have sufficient internet to every citizen. This is unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. See, here's an example. This is coming from Zach. I have 18 by 1.5. I need Starlink.
Yeah.
18. So that means if he connects 2 streams of TV, he's done for his downlink.
Yep.
Right? And then his uplink is a pipe dream. If he even wants to run a Zoom meeting, he'll be at like 360p. You know?
Try less.
Yeah. But
I got an even better one. I have folks who are only able to get 500 kbps. I'm not joking. They're only able to get 500.5 of a meg, bro. And they're literally feet away from a T-Mobile cell site. No joke. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, probably on the in-between sectors or something really, really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Bro, I either have an option for Cox at my house or 1.5 megabit CenturyLink DSL.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Once the carriers start rolling out the home internet and it's working and it's a solid experience for the consumer, and they start switching away from Cox and Spectrum, that's when they're going to get off their asses and they're going to start making moves and plays and be like, hey, look, we need to get this shit fixed. All of our customers are running away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's when it's going to happen.
But here's what they're saying. If you talk to your home ISP provider, like they'll say, oh, you know, all the cord cutting stuff, eventually you'll be back because they're going to start charging you guys more. Look at their mentality. They're feeding their employees crap that, oh, you're going to eventually have to come back. No, we don't want you. We don't need you.
Yeah.
We don't want that. You know, seriously, dude.
Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder. Spectrum is already offering to pay, like kind of like what T-Mobile did with the whole $650 per line. Spectrum is doing that now. If you're under contract
and all that,
they'll pay you the early termination fee to come back to Spectrum. That's how desperate they've gotten.
Huh. Interesting.
Because they can't keep anybody.
Oh, this is interesting. Do you think T-Mobile will be able to get a deal with Disney since Sprint had an existing relationship with Hulu?
Ooh, I don't know.
No.
Too
I
expensive.
think they're in kind of deep with Verizon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. If Verizon's got Mickey Mouse and Tim Apple in their pockets, things are so possible right now with Verizon.
Bro, I thought that was a big deal that Hans was up there with his tight pants and his shoes, dude. He was styling. He was up there with Tim Cook running the show, bro.
That's what we say. He's John, bro. But I'll say one last thing, then I'm gonna head out, guys. This whole thing with since Quibi's gone, and I know that's kind of where we started, and now we just kind of talking about Starlink and stuff. I will say this: if the carriers, T-Mobile's got home internet, and then Verizon Fios, gigabit internet, that's something that can't be beat. But if these carriers, if they start successfully rolling it out into these areas that desperately need it, because I feel terrible for anybody using satellite. If you're using satellite, God have mercy on your soul. But I can't blame them if that's all they have. So I really hope that they cover the rural areas, people that really need it. And it's only a matter of time before they start living the red panty night or the ping pong night. So they're definitely going to enjoy whatever they go with. With that, I leave you, gentlemen.
All right, see you, man.
Good night, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna wrap up the show, man. It's getting late. I got work in the morning, so I want to thank everybody for coming on. Zero Cool RF, Carlos, Technoid, Tech Life, Moose.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for coming on. It was good combo. We'll do this again real soon. I'm definitely doing a show on Friday. I'll send the invites. We'll see who can make it out. But thank you guys for being here tonight. Thanks to all
earnings tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. We got AT&T, and then Tyrone, you got a date for T-Mobile. Is it November 6th?
Yeah, I believe so. November 6th, quarterly earnings.
Right. So we'll
gonna
see
be
what happens there.
It's gonna be more sweaty armpits.
Tyrone always hitting the buzzer beaters, bro.
That's not nice. That's not
Man,
nice. I'm Eugene. I'm Eugene, guys.
Did you see him in those recent interviews that he had on the Apple Day?
I'm sweating, guys. I'm crying. I gotta put the deodorant, guys. I gotta put the deodorant. Oh my god.
He looks so fake and generic. It's not even funny anymore. On those recent interviews.
Hey, it's a different company. It's a different thing. They went from the guy you wanted to kick it with to the guy you wanted to kick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to explain it, bro. That's what I mean, hey, back in high school, bro, kids like that used to get kicked down the stairs, bro, with the garbage pails and stuff,
Yeah,
they were getting swirlies. They were hanging them upside down and flushing the toilet on their head, bro. Hey, cut it out, Carlos. Cut it out. I'm telling this time.
Is this your 5G service now?
Hey, bro, I got one for you. Here's some deodorant.
I know, man.
You swear.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to everybody who provided super chats and donated. Thank you to everybody who liked this video and shared it to Twitter and Facebook and the Gram and OnlyFans or wherever you shared it to. Appreciate it very much.
Oh, bro, not an OnlyFans. Oh man.
We'll cover the AT&T earnings tomorrow.
Yes.
If things turn out tremendous and you guys want to do a live stream on it, we could definitely do that. We'll see where the vibes are tomorrow. We'll cover it. So,
bro, let's do a live.
That's what's happening?
Yeah.
Do a live?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a live. I'll send the invite out to you guys. Will you guys join?
Yeah.
Let's talk the best quarter in wireless.
Go blue.
Team blue, bro. Team blue.
Team blue, baby.
Team blue for the next 3-4 quarters.
Team blue.
All right, you gotta drink, everybody.
You gotta drink the blue Kool-Aid,
bro. Peace.